Otherwise, I think for the Leon help, we just have to use our exaggerated come help me, pawn command moves. You pervert. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye on the symbol on the Cyclops there. Okay, so the idea with Cloudburst is you light this up. See how much damage that does? It's because all these arrows are hitting one big enemy multiple times. Like said, we'll help our peeps out with their goblin problem. Plus, on hard mode, we'll get more loot for doing this too. Now, we're going to get one-shotted by the Cyclops if it hits us, so we have to make sure that doesn't happen. I also want to knock off one of its tusks. One of them's already been knocked off. Enough stamina for one more shot. Ah. You can just climb up it and attack its face that way. There we go. And from here, let's go with the... so from here... okay, more power to you, dude. I mean, mage isn't going to slow him down much, but... Oh, and needless to say, the eye is a weak point, so buffing up with threefold arrow and getting a couple shots on his eye whenever... There we go. Fighting big monsters is really intuitive in this game. It's a lot of fun. If you like that, you'll love the bow in Monster Hunter. I think I have been really thinking about playing it with the recommendations that some of you guys have had, and it's definitely... Oh, look at that. 10,000 golds. That's 20,000 just right there. And yeah, with the rugged tusk is what the basic Cyclops gives you for knocking off his tusks. Let's see, did we already grab the... I guess Rook must have already grabbed the loot those goblins dropped, if any. And that's the furthest any of the casualties were. That's the one drawback to fighting at night. There is a shimmer on loot, even at night, but it's still kind of hard to see. Also, if you try to run this way, to run back to where that cart with the explosive barrels was, there's a guard right here. I should have shown this off too. There's a guard right here that keeps you from running away. Okay. So that should be all of them. Yeah. And yeah, there it's right. I can't see it at night, but it's there. Trust me. I'll point it out when we go back. All right. Oh, and if you try to grab one of the barrels or grab anything to set up, all that stuff disappears and goes back to its default position whenever you go into a building and back, or go into a town and back. So, the really tall lady in the Duchess's robe. Okay. I recommend it more highly. Oh, 3DS. That's the reason why. Right. It's all portable games. Then I think there was a treasure chest. Yeah, behind this tent. Or it was behind a tent, I thought. Yeah, here we are. The journals will be important later, and not much we can do about them now. So I believe that's all of the quests right here. And... yeah, here he is. Yeah, I wanted to get the goodies for taking care of the Cyclops first, because now we had all the soldiers to help us beat it, and I knew we'd get a lot of money from when we were done. So with that, we can head here and buy some new stuff from him. He has pine, but not cedar drat. A snake skin would be useful. Let's see. And I think he doesn't sell anything new on that front, right? I can buy a jaunty little hat. That's like a stewardess hat or something. Yeah, that'll still work. Better than nothing. And let's see. Get our leather belts, chest guard, sectional armor. We will. I'll tell you what. Between now and next time, I'll go ahead and buy a lot of this stuff, and we can start off with some fashion Dogma. Yeah, let me know what kind of outfit you want to do for her and Leon of the choices we have. And since they both start as Striders, these will be our options. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the leather chest guard is just a bra on female characters because of Japan. Yeah, shirts, stuff like that. And those don't really matter much. You can get gloves or arm guards. Let's go ahead and let's switch to de-equip our stuff for now. There you go. Maybe not all the way down. Let's just do that. Let's see. Do we have a? You can't really see the other leg options because of where the pants are on this one. You got to guard the funny bones, right? I like Python's idea. Not an RPG without clothes made of belts. There's a skull belt item too that I think you have to be a fighter to use. That I want to say that the first lady sells. But yeah, and basically you have armor and clothing for your legs and torso, and yes, that's a part of the problem. It really should deselect outer layers so you can see what you're actually looking at. But yeah, for this one at least, you do bandages, shirt, long shirt with sleeves. Yeah, exactly. Chest guard. I do my finger quotes there. Belts. And an actual chest guard. And then you can combine them. Like for example, you could do the long sleeve shirt with the plate over part of your chest and stuff like that. And there it is. There's the one I wanted. Oh, that's stamina, not HP. Well, it's still something. So we'll do that. Alright, so we'll do silly hat. Make her look like the pop star outfit, so with a midriff. Okay. So, let's do... Oh, actually, this is a good time to show this one off, too. Renard has a really counterintuitive quest, and if you're like me, you probably never even knew he had one. You have to cancel all the way out, and then start a new transaction with him. Is this game one of the ones where the less skin a female has covered, the more protection she has? With the exception of a couple overpowered endgame items, no. The stuff that looks like armor is more functional as armor, surprisingly enough. So what we probably want to do is, yeah, which has better stats between these? Chest guard, okay, and then. So guard those funny bones. 119, 121, 116. Actually, yeah, that's probably our best choice there. And then pants don't really matter too much. So probably just grab the stuff with the best stats. Fur greaves, and then what do we have for clothing options? We'll do the. I think those pants are probably what we want. Actually, that gives us another percentage reduction point. Well, let's put this on and see what we look like. There you go. So that and that and pants, and there we are. That's not too bad. The
not quite pop star, but yeah.
Well, she does have the giant leg warmers, though.
There is that.
And no jewelry items, unfortunately, yet. All right, let's see what we can enhance, if anything. Aha, copper ore, perfect. So here's the thing. Okay, you look at this one. Your first The hat kind of makes it look like a cone head. So the first upgrade you have is a very minor increase. Like you see this one, it's about like 15% or so. The other one, it won't tell you if you can't do it. Small fangs, I think, are the drop from wolves. But whereas this one is like, this is a half again increase plus a big bonus to our stagger and knockdown, which, if you'll remember from fighting those goblins, is something we were kind of lacking at the start. And it even makes it lighter, too, whereas the first tier doesn't. So basically, if you usually can't take an item to tier 3, you probably don't even want to bother upgrading it.
Yeah, that's a pretty major upgrade.
Right. Whereas you have the short bow, we need 4 branches. So we've already got 3, so again, it's just a waste of time to... Well, we've already got 40. We've got 40 gold, though.
Yeah. And I'm sure you can find another cedar branch somewhere.
Right. So that's a... so harpy tail feathers. Tail feathers. We're not going to have that anytime soon. We need silk, we don't have. But more copper, we do have. And that is a 14% reduction on poison, a little bit on lightning. Pretty much all resistances work on a percentage base. Basically, attacks will have a very high, if not 100% chance to afflict you. And then,
you can do help with that.
Yeah. If not 100% chance to afflict you, and then you reduce it down with the stuff you have equipped. So you always have to balance that out. Saurian scales, wool cloth. Now there's anything else you could really do better, so we'll just do that. That's wool cloth as well, which you don't have. And so I'm just going to hold on to this, because I believe wool cloth isn't too hard to find, and this gives us no bonuses. So, well, what does it do if we max it out? Bonus to defenses lowered. That's a status effect that will not be coming up very often early on, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Well, while we're all here, let's go create our Leon and have you all decide what he's going to be wearing, and then we'll probably call it a night. Alright. Let me make sure I've got my quests completed that I need to. So completed quests, goblin, killed our goblins, pawn, floral, lost faith, grim tidings. Wait a minute, floor delivery, lost faith, grim... Those were the 3, right, from Castardus. Alright. Then that should be caught up. You killed a half-dead Cyclops. Perfect. They understand that Arisen start off at level 1, same as anybody else, though, and we need an appropriate to challenge. You know, that's a good question. How do you all feel about stuff like that when you have a challenge that is clearly too difficult for the character you have, so they come up with some way to mitigate it? You know, to make that, to either have the enemy weaker or to have some circumstances, you know, help you out. So Leon is obviously a boy.
Correction, he is a man.
He's a man. And I'm pretty sure there is a Leon.
Lady.
Yep, there he is.
There he is. There we are.
Right. Base 1 doesn't matter. And for voice, I had... So I got this one, or...
Steel yourself for combat.
So, voice 3 or voice 8?
Steel yourself for combat. Steel yourself for combat.
I'm going to pick 3 for now. We can also go through the other ones too if you all want to, but most of them are a little too deep, I think.
Steel yourself for combat.
Like that. I figured, you know, little medium high range probably the one we want. We'll do that for now. We can go back to it. So let me know what you want to do for a voice. And detailed edits. That's true, Ben. It's a little squeaky. We'll go through the voice options later when we're doing that. Okay, so most important one is hair. Here's what I was talking about earlier. We basically have this hair is kind of close, but not quite. And we have... there it is. This here, again, kind of close, but not right. So that's the thing. This is more of the RE6, you know, kind of type of thing. Whereas this is the one I decided on, but again, we can go back and switch if you want to do that. None of the other ones are really close. So do hairstyle. Hair color I had was 2, 3, 4, down 1. face shape was 2. This is 1. So the default heads are just too small. And skin was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Number 36 is more like the RE2 here. Yeah.
That's true. We have to decide which Leon we're going with.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have an option to put stubble on him later. It's like, are we going with RE6 or are we going with RE4 or what? Let's see. Eyes were 4 with, let's see, down 1, spacing. Oh, spacing's fine. Size 1. And color 1, 2, 3. And the wiki I found said he had green eyes. I have not been able to verify that, so you can pick any color you all want. It won't be coming up too often. He had serious eyebrows. Down 1. Color was 1, 2, 3. Down.
That's true. Since we do have Ashley, it has to be RE4.
True. Nose was 8. Down 1. Size default. Mouth was 22. Default. Ears were 6. 1. Default. Okay. I think that's about what I had for that. Yeah. So stature, height 1, weight down. Musculature was, probably default. I mean, I'd have to go with that one. Torso 3.
I was about to say sprawl. We don't know what Mike's going to look like because he's not going to last long enough for us to see him.
5, and stance I came up with 1 imposing and all the way macho. Alright, so that's the best I can come up with when about half an hour to work on it.
Yeah, that's alright though.
And then, and last but not least, oh, right. And actually setting the recoil slider up 1 actually did add some definition to him.
Right.
So, are we going with the little bit of stubble, or going with, like, what's the one for, RE6 style, or nothing?
Well, RE4 had him as pretty smooth shaven, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mike looks like a charred corpse. Alright. So that's what I got there. He looks a little young, but you can't really... Because if you go any further on trying to make him look older, and even RE6 wasn't that bad, so... Smooth shaven? Okay. Facial... Hey, he said facial hair is un-American. We are two what's it, hirsute men over here. Alright. So I'll go ahead and wait a second. Let me know if you have any objections, you want to go back to the drawing board on anything, and otherwise, we'll go back to trying out the voices. He was fairly young in 4, yeah. In 6, he and Ada are both like late 40s, I think.
Didn't think they were that old.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, could be.
Yep. Well, mid to late 40s, yeah. Right. Okay. So back to basic info. Let's go with all the voices.
Steel yourself for combat.
Okay, that's 1.
Steel yourself for combat.
2.
Do you have to go through all the faces?
Yeah. Because if you test voice,
Combat.
it just does.
Ah,
Like you're doing a voice for Link.
I see.
Steel yourself for combat.
He's a 5-year-old veteran at 18, like everyone else in the series.
Steel yourself for combat.
No, that's only Rebecca because she started out when she was like 12.
Oh, Lorax says he was born in 77. So by RE6, he would have been like early 40s then. Yeah.
Steel yourself for combat.
And the other 6 voices were added in Dark Arisen, and they are very obviously pitch shifted, like Ven said earlier.
Steel yourself for combat.
yourself for combat.
there's the magic one.
Steel yourself for combat.
So as funny as it would be to have one of these two, probably not right. So which one
Well,
do you...
if you remember, the Plaga do communicate with ultrasonic sound. I'm just saying.
Steel yourself for combat.
Okay. I think that emphasized the point.
All right, so which one are we going with? And if you want to narrow it down, have me play another one or two. Again, we can do that.
Yeah, we can do the optometrist now as one better, or as two.
Leon the Fourth Chipmunk. Alvin Simon Leon Kennedy doesn't quite flow.
Alvin Simon Kennedy.
Steel yourself for combat.
Actually, that one kind of works.
Steel yourself for combat.
It's kind of a mid range.
If it was a little deeper, I think.
Combat. Steel yourself for combat.
Maybe a little too much.
Steel yourself for combat.
Unfortunately, you can't get an American accent. They're always this kind of British one.
Steel yourself for combat. Steel yourself.
Well, Ben, while everybody else has been mulling it over, what do you think?
I will say that the horrible part of me does want to go with full-on chipmunk. However,
Steel yourself for combat.
I don't know. None of them are quite right, I don't think.
Right.
Steel yourself for combat. Steel yourself for combat.
Yeah, that's definitely a little too deep for him.
Steel yourself for combat.
Steel yourself for combat.
I'm thinking of all of them, 5 might be the closest.
Steel yourself for combat.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of a like upper baritone,
Right.
mid baritone kind of thing. Okay. Okay. And with that, I think we're just about good. Well, Leon. Okay, these are squeaky ones for a Salazar. There's a thought.
Ooh, that is a thought.
You can make people really short in this one.
If
so
only they had a tricorn hat.
it might be something like that, actually.
If there was, we would totally have to do that.
Yeah, eventually we'll get an item that will let us change our pawn and Arisen at will. So we are free to come back to this one. Okay, so when faced with danger, what trait would Leon have? An iron will, quick thinking, careful preparation, or charisma?
It's definitely not preparation.
So what is it, folks? You get to choose our pawn's inclination on this one. And don't give a second's thought to what it actually totals out to, because we can kind of tweak it later.
To be fair, I don't think anyone who's not you would actually want to calculate out this.
Yeah, okay, so basically, what you're kind of deciding which iron will. Not preparation and iron will, so we'll go with iron will. When in battle, which strategy would you prefer your follower employ? Kill all enemies. Leon, help! Strike at the strongest foes.
Or that dog. Alternatively, Mike!
So decide of those, and I'll explain this one. And sorry I was being too fast last time. Like, P-Bug voted right after I pressed it, so I'll wait a little bit longer this time. But basically, Scather attacks, a Medicant focuses on healing you, Mitigator, I believe, picks off the weak enemies, while Challenger focuses on the strong enemies. Utilitarian, kind of all of the above. They kind of focus on debuffing, lockdown, stuff like that. Guardians stay close to you, Inquisitors gather stuff, Pioneers explore, they stay far from you. And I think Nexus means they focus on other pawns instead of on you. Which, I mean, you'll end up with 3 pawns and only 1 Arisen. But the game ends if you die, so, pros and cons on that one. But I believe that's how that works. Lifehouse said, well, he did kind of kill everybody in Spain.
Not Spain.
Not Spain. So is that a rescue or kill, you all think? Rescue. Your follower rescues your party and turns the tide of the entire battle. What would you have them say? Let's get the hell out of here.
Let's see, we have Ahí está. Morir es vivir.
Yeah, you kind of, depending on which eye you squint with, a couple of these would work. Definitely not this one. Well, of course, Ada tells him that, you know.
Yeah,
So-
Leon now.
Right. And you kind of see which way our sliders are kind of moving on that one. Or it's kind of weird that one prioritizes Nexus, though. Maybe that wasn't what I think it is. Leave them to me, Sprawl thinks.
That's true. You know, actually go hide.
Yeah, oh, that's true, that's true.
Hello, Cardo.
Cardo, we are about to wrap up the stream, but I'm glad you're here. As a ruler, which gift would please us the most? A potion that preserves youth? A brave and just hero to succeed us? The perfect spouse?
Ada. A majestic white steed.
Huh. I'm sorry, Cardo. Ashley did not get her overtime, so at least this one doesn't apply to the two of them. The jet ski was white.
That's true.
Now that you mention it.
Majestic, I'm not so sure about. But...
Let's see, that would kind of...
No, I think it was.
I think you're right, yeah. There is... So it looks like he's really looking to be Nexus-oriented at this point, which is fine. I mean... Yeah, it looks like Nexus and Guardian, if you go with Spouse. Whereas Nexus and Inquisitor, interesting. And Nexus and something with this one. But yeah, you can buy... On the other hand, Leon would want a potion to preserve that hair. Yeah, we just need a tiebreaker now. I love that one.
Steel yourself for combat.
A magic potion.
So you're going with magic potion if we need you to be the tiebreaker?
Actually, kind of like the majestic white steed.
Majestic white steed? Okay. Give it a little bit more, and then...
I just liked the kind of gormless look on his face.
Steel yourself for combat.
Yeah, I couldn't get Leon quite as accurate as for Ashley, but...
It's still not bad.
It's still not bad,
And you
yeah.
can at least tell what you're going for.
Right. The hair definitely helps. Yeah. And the fact you can get... You have so many varieties of eyebrow, kind of expressions.
Right. The only problem I have is that you can't have, like, the Guan Yu caterpillar-like eyebrows.
Right. Okay. And we're going to have him start off as a Strider, because as we know, knives are better for close encounters.
And, he is a ranged combatant, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about kind of giving his skills to focus on that. Like the threefold one for the shotgun, and I think the full draw for the sniper rifle and stuff like that. And boom, our champion has arrived.
Leon.
Years sworn to you, Arisen. From this day, the Legion's men called pawns live and die by your command.
Unfortunately, we cannot give him a suplex. That would be amazing if we could, though.
You can't. If you make him a utilitarian, he will focus on grappling enemies, but that just means he holds them for you to finish off. You can't have them, actually, win by clinching and stuff. Also, while the legions of pawns are here to serve us, the higher level ones will only serve us if we have enough rift crystals to summon them. Mighty level, available skills. Because I've beaten the game before, so I don't really need the pawn knowledge much. As a matter of fact, having pawns that don't know what you're doing is a little more interesting. Like they'll say, like my favorite ones are when you fight monsters that are the upgraded palette swaps. They'll be like, that's no wolf I've ever seen, and stuff like that. And why can't we get this guy on our team? I mean,
You'll be quite the force come the day you learn to fight as one.
yeah, like Takakasa said, attacking it may help, right?
Yeah, exactly. Flython says you need the gym badges so they won't follow your commands.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm actually going to not prioritize pawn knowledge because having them not know what the heck is so funny. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that one. He said, "'Tis so small, it's no threat to us." What did they say that for? I guess like maybe the top tier goblins, perhaps, or something. And one of the villains just pops up right into camp like nothing. I guess this guy's kind of a combination of Salazar and Sadler, with the height, but also the Maniers of Vile Eyes. Right. Yeah. I almost forgot about the pawn tutorial thing, but let's go ahead and knock this out.
Be clear from the outset. I'm a harsh master.
The Maniers are the best because they almost immediately get destroyed after saying it right.
You'll complete 3 forms of
Oh, you guys are in for a treat. The monsters in this game just get out there.
different quality.
Yeah, I watched some of you playing this game, but I don't remember some of the monsters.
Right.
So.
I gotta say, this game's Beholder version is probably my favorite one in RPGs, at least action RPGs. But I thought I actually failed this a couple times. I did in my practice run, actually.
You're free.
I did the wrong thing, and Rook just did nothing.
Many hands like
You can actually go grab another pawn and get a fourth person to help out. And that makes it a lot faster, but you don't need to. And
That
if you
said, you might because you are on hard mode.
true. The one thing that will help is to order them to attack immediately, so don't waste time talking first. So this is giving an overview. We need to grab stuff and take it back. And the challenge is the same every time, so you don't need to. So if you come in with an extra pawn, it just makes it that much easier.
See, that's out of character because Ashley couldn't actually leap down on her own.
Right.
Yep, you have a pawn named Rook, but no bishop or queen.
Let's see, do we have one up there? Where is the last thing? Oh, it's up there, and Leon's got it. Good job, Leon. I think it's only the 4. Yeah. There we go. Enough! The fake French people are some of my favorite NPCs.
each challenge with that. Next is combat.
It's amazing for the amount of times that games have, French accents. You'd think they would have at least some good ones somewhere.
Yeah, my favorite one is for Liliana in Dragon Age, where the lady is actually French or French English, I think.
Right.
And everybody gave her grief on her accent.
Right.
You'll set about destroying.
Yeah, because she wasn't all.
Right. And your pawns do have dialogue for the scarecrows. Okay. Let's see. We'll have them do that while I run back here. Yeah, arrows will take a couple hits. All right. And I think that's all of them. Yeah. So yeah, if you just order them to attack first, and then make sure to prioritize the stuff in the back, they'll usually take care of it.
Don't expect a repeat of the last.
Sproul said, but that accent you just did would have been amazing, though, man.
Each with its
Alright, now the scarecrows are getting tricky on us. We have some magic-proof scarecrows, and some melee-proof scarecrows. Now, they're not proof, they'll just do a lot less damage. So you can totally just kill them all with if you use the Scarlet Kisses dagger move, you can definitely take care of them that way. But it's, a lot safer to do it this way.
That said, I kind of wish that they would use the Whatever technology they use to make the scarecrows resistant to actually give that to you.
Right. It's kind of like that joke about why don't you make airplanes out of the stuff you make the black boxes out of.
Right.
Let's see. Alright. And then... Good job, Leon.
Yeah, I agree with Flython. I like how the strider attacks are kind of like a Yame from Tenchu.
Is that all of them, or did we miss one?
Well, he hasn't said enough!
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I think there's one back here. Whoops. Oops, I actually failed that one because I didn't see that one back there. But now that I know where that scarecrow, that sinister scarecrow is hiding.
Deus Ex had the best, worst accents. I can agree with that.
So. That one. Okay, oh, Leon already got that one. That. I should have realized that Leon would start on that side.
That's a game series Flython wishes hadn't died. Would that be Deus Ex or Tenchu?
Okay, that should be it. Oh, there's one up here.
Yeah.
There we go. I completely forgot that one. Normally, when you order your pawns to attack, they start on the closest one. So there you go.
Thing is, he's pretty sure the devs knew the accents were awful because sound testing options used one of the character voices.
Oh, for Deus Ex, I remember they did the fake Russian one.
Yeah,
I spill my drink. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say Deus Ex is going strong. Yeah, I played the first Tenchu, but after a while the missions just got a little too tedious for me. But I really liked the idea behind it.
Right. Look at you. Okay, that's definitely the Leon doing the dorky self-congratulation when he wins there.
Now, if only he had hit the Salazar head at the back of the thing, we would have won the first time.
Right. That one, we won't get these until we're in an area where we actually want to fight them. Spiders, we can do that. Oh, right! I forgot. If you select this quest, the Cyclops you kill for that first mission counts. So, but you know, it's not going to be hard to get this one. So,
you might as well go for it anyway, though.
Yeah,
because there's no penalty for having a bunch of quests or not being able to do them, right?
I think you're capped at 10 quests at once. And Mercedes will advance the plot, so we're not talking to her just yet. Well, we're going to deck Leon out and then call it a night. So, let's see what we got.
Yeah, Sprawl, I wish we could make our pawn spout cheesy one-liners.
Looks like FromSoft made the last Tenchu for the PSP. Huh. There are a couple things you can do. Like you can, when you sit down in the chair and talk to your pawns, you can. Okay, he starts off with. So he starts off with some pretty generic stuff. So let's get him the throat cutters, and he has a short bow. Okay. We'll have to give him. Oh, right. We're going to give Leon some of the silly stuff from our inventory first. So, cancel transaction. Buy him that. So get him his better sword or daggers first. All right. So let's see what we're going to give him from our stash. Okay, so stored items, change equipment. I love you can do this from here without having to pull your items out of inventory. Okay, so we can give him a tiara, give him a monocle, or give him the jester hat. I think I think Sprawl wanted to see the hats earlier. So, what do you think? Too silly? Not silly enough?
I think it is a little silly.
Little too silly. Are we gonna use any of these for Leon, or just give him like a circlet or something, or like the hat we're using?
And I guess the tiara is alright. Then again, I kind of like the monocle too.
Right. Alright, we'll use the monocle for now.
Mostly because it reminds me of a, Flowers from But somebody was talking about how Resident Evil tries to be serious, but it keeps failing. And it was a picture of a guy, with a top hat and monocle, and then the top hat flies off, and so there's the monocle. It's like completely silly.
So you get the vagabond armor. I guess I'll probably just go with that for now and give him something else. Monocle looks like he might have stolen it from Salazar's castle. That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
None of these, I don't like either one of these, really. You can just tell these are a combination of other, of other items. Like, I know the lion belt is like the champion's belt from Bitter Black Isle. So, yeah, we just won't use any of those for now. Lion spine, sure. I'll keep our pawn alive. And then... we'll see what we can give him for the rest of the stuff. And sure, give him our leather cape. Alright, now let's see what we can go buy him from Renard. Then as soon as we're done with the next quest, we can go back to Castardus and get a couple more items. So we can do some more fashion dogma then. Alright. So if we had a leather cap, that's what it would look like. That's actually not too bad. It's nice and silly.
Kind of looks like a serviceman's cap. I can kind of see it.
Let's see. We already have I guess a linen shirt probably our best one to start with.
Yeah, regardless, it is time for me to go to bed, so you go ahead and finish up and whatever you need to do, and for the rest of the chat, we will be back on Thursday. So please look forward to it.
Yeah, we're back with some Dark Souls, right?
Yeah, should be. Should be.
I think we can just go with the breeches.
Yep, good night, Flathon.
For now. Sure. That counts as armor, so... Does he have any leg gear already on? Oh, actually some leather pants. And then, what do we have for... Yeah, we already bought that. Okay. And then, Ashley has the... So that's what she's got. So we'll buy Leon a pair of that. Alright. Then put this stuff on. Breeches and... Alright. That'll do for now until we get something a little more to customize him with. Adapt monocle. Yeah, later on we will be able to get like some actual coats and jackets like that we can use to kind of recreate them. But for now we'll just go with that. Alrighty. And with our pawn and Arisen decked out, I will be calling it a night as well. And let's do... Yeah, how's my stuff looking? Let's see, it is... Select... Okay, nothing started going bad yet, so we'll just go rest for the night. It's all been one day, come to think of it. So rest till morning, create our checkpoint. Chick Ben. Oh, the pawn I had from last time has returned. Someone named Cianus gave us 1,000 rift crystals. And no item. Lots of unfamiliar foes, and an average rating. Yeah, I used a generic placeholder pawn for last time. So I guess it's good to get 1,000 rift crystals right at the start. Oh, but I don't think there was I don't think I had an option to say... Well, I guess I could have said no and not gotten their requests and stuff, and not gotten their info. I probably shouldn't have accepted the knowledge then if I'd known. What kind of stuff did he get? It's under status. The start status on pawn, and you can check. Oh, what did he get anyway? Pioneer and Nexus. I don't think I've ever seen that combo before. So unfamiliar foe, bunch of 1-star stuff. Okay, so basically they took them a little further in the game, got a bunch of... I don't know any of this stuff, so it's probably all going to be... It's probably all like wolves and goblins and stuff, probably not a big deal. Okay. Hey Phoenix, unfortunately you made it right as we're shutting down for the night, but... oh yeah, and we are done for now, but I'll go ahead and keep online for a little bit. Let me hit end shadow play. Cryptero asked, what does it mean if your pawn status is updated? Whenever you go to the inn, it will, basically, as soon as you rest the inn the first time, it will send your pawn's info into the rift, and that whenever other people walk around, or see your pawn walking around, they will see them as you uploaded them, right at the end, or the last time you updated. So, for example, if when I rested at the inn in Cassardus, it would have still used the info from my last pawn. But now that I have Leon and leveled him up and everything, every time I rest at the inn, it'll update now with what we just equipped him with the monocle and all that stuff. So if you add the right Wayne on Steam and you see him in your friends list, then he'll be like that. And every time you rest at the inn, it will update it again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And inns are your checkpoint save. You can, if you manually reload, to a checkpoint, and if you don't want to just go back to the last time you saved, the last time you died. Well, the last time you died would be obviously when you need to load, but. So next time we will be summoning a fighter pawn and a mage to round out our motley crew. And I'm probably going to try to wrap up the side quests we have to now, and then go to Grand Soren, open up the vocation change, so we can change Ashley's class, whatever you all want to see, and then we'll be able to, then we'll go from there.